Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Moody Talks. This is a bonus Moody Talk because the month of January for this month, we already went through 4 weeks. So I thought I'd do a little bonus episode that is like a recap of what we talked about. So I have the worksheets so that we can just go quickly through them, and you'll have, like I said, a recap. And if there are certain ones that you really want to look back at, then you have the ability to go onto the YouTube channel. It's all on Instagram, Facebook, but also on our page and on our website. We have the whole month together on one page with all the worksheets. So let's get to it. Okay, so with anger, as I always do, first week of each month for an emotion, I use the descriptive words that we use for the emotion. So this month, anger, putting it on an intensity scale, and then talking about a bit about body sensations, that kind of thing. So we go quickly through them. This is the recap of the descriptive words for anger, such as like aggravated, rage, annoyed, vengeful, wrath, even little ones like frustrated, just frustrated, or grumpy, right? And you take those words that we use. These are like words that I use. So if you picked your own, you could put them on your own. And there is empty, blank worksheets on our site as well, so that you can do this yourself. Okay, so then putting the words on the word scale for intensity. So on one, I have like grumpy and annoyed, all the way up to wrath and vengeful. I don't get to 10 that often. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely have words for the most intense of anger that I can feel. I would say those are pretty high up there. Rage, wrath, vengeful. Yeah. Okay. And then we have the body sensations we feel when we're angry, right? So tightened muscles, like you're clenching, your teeth are clamped down, like, right? Your hands are clenching, you're wanting to hit something, and you maybe get like that flushed face, right? And when it gets really bad, you just can't even hold back tears. You're trying really hard to hold back tears. You're just so emotional about how you feel. So those are from week 1. So in week 2, we talked about checking the facts. This is my favorite, all-time favorite DBT skill. And I highly recommend that you download these worksheets and actually be active with working with this check the facts, because it's really, really, really good for understanding if you're actually feeling the emotion that you should be feeling in the situation. And with this, I always talk about secondary emotions. So maybe when you were younger and you felt a primary emotion, that you were mistreated for showing that emotion. You were punished. You were, physically abused for it. So you had to take that first initial emotion, the primary one, and switch to a secondary to maybe save yourself from pain or embarrassment or something like that. For me, my primary emotion is usually fear, and I jump to the secondary emotion of anger, and that's why I did this. And I did also do it on the fear Moody Talks, and you can see those as well. So if you haven't watched this one and you want to watch the fear Moody Talks, check the facts is also in there. Very important. Okay, so what it does is it helps you to figure out exactly which emotion you should be feeling in the moment. If I'm feeling anger, is that the real emotion that I should be feeling with this one situation I'm having? So again, check it out. This is a very important tool, and I highly recommend it. And I highly recommend teaching this to children as well. The earlier they learn this, the better for their emotional intelligence. Okay. So then after that, on week 3, we discussed Dear Man. Now, Dear Man is a communication tool. So this is part of the interpersonal communication part of DBT. This will help you to get through an angry situation with another person. I highly recommend this as well because a lot of us have a lot of trouble with hiding our emotions instead of like feeling them through and working through a situation that you're still allowed to feel your emotions. You're allowed to feel it and to and that it's a valid emotion to feel. So this Dear Man is a great skill to learn. You describe the current situation as you see it in detail, and then you express your feelings, and you do not assume the other person knows how you feel. Then you assert yourself for what you want or saying no. So you be assertive with what you need as a person. And if that means saying no, say no. Reinforcing the other person positively while explaining what you need. So this is like that's just Dear. Then we can get into Man, where this is where, you stay in the conversation rather than leaving it. So mindful, stick to your point of view and focus on your goals. Appear effective and competent. So you're not backing down. You are standing your ground, right? And then negotiating. Be willing to give so that you can get what you need. So again, going back to the Dear Man episode, and we learn more about how to communicate and get what you need out of the situation when emotions are running high for both sides. Okay. And then finally, we did Tip. So Tip is a set of skills that are there for distress tolerance. Like the way I named this episode was called When Just Breathe Doesn't Work. So this is a great one to go through too and download these worksheets because it talks about different ways to get yourself out of an extreme emotional experience, right? So with these, there's 4 different ways that they tell you how to bring yourself out of that intensity, and they're all pretty much physical. So there's 1T, which is temperature, and then I is intense exercise. And then there's 2, there's P, there's pace breathing, which I highly recommend checking out my box breathing video. You can find that on YouTube. You can find it on Instagram, but highly recommend learning how to do box breathing. Okay. And then the last P, I guess I don't have the last P in here with me. Oops, sorry. Anyway, go back to the episode and you'll see the whole thing. So I hope that this helps. I hope that this month has helped with this intense emotion that people are fairly afraid to show and to feel. It's a very misunderstood emotion, and I highly recommend that you go back in and, watch the episodes and learn a little bit more. This was just, again, an overview. You'll get much more information from each episode this month. Have a great rest of the month, and I will see you guys in February. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that we're already a month into 2024. Yikes. Okay, everyone, have a good one.